Hey Upper Grammar, this is Mrs. Vickery, and I'm here to just talk about the bucket drumming for our song Leaning on the Everlasting Arms. So in class you should have gotten music looks something like this, okay? The top two lines we have singing, and the bottom line is the bucket drum. So if you're practicing that, if it helps you, I went ahead and highlighted the bucket drum, which is always the last line on the system, so you're welcome to do that if it helps you. Real quick, I'm going to talk through the part and then I'm going to demonstrate. So you'll see in the bucket drum part, the bottom line is always going to be the bass kind of note of the bucket drum. So that's where you're going to take your stick, hopefully with your right hand here, and just hit it at the top of the bucket, okay? And hold your bucket kind of in between your legs is how we're going to do it. So we're going to do that, okay? And then when you see this line here, that means to tap the side. We're kind of using that as our snare. Okay, so that first we'll have this. Okay, that's the two things. When you see an X that's on the very top line, I don't know if you can see that, that's going to be on the rim. So that's going to be up here. Okay, and you'll probably end up using two sticks up there. And the only other thing you'll see that's kind of funny is when you get to the second page and you have the chorus, we have those kind of funny looking notes floating way up in the air. Whenever you see that shape, you're actually going to hit your sticks in the air. Okay, so we're just going to divide the song real quick. I'll just explain it. You have this intro section, and I'm going to play the rhythm for you there on the intro section. Okay, so this is just the first line in slow motion. Okay, so that's how the first line goes. Always make sure you're using your right hand up here before you start and your left hand down here. And sometimes your left hand's going to come up here and move, okay? And if the bucket's really close to you, you can make your stick shorter by moving your hands up the sticks, just depending on how tall you are. Okay, so then you get to the verse section, and the verse rhythm is the easiest. You're just going to go tap, 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 and tap, 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 and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and then at the end of that last line, it'll go back to the rim like the beginning. Ba-da, ba-da. I like to think, come on, let's go. Okay, so boom, chuck, chuck, come on, let's go. So that's the first page. When you get to the chorus, it gets a little bit more complicated, but not too bad. But you're just going to do this rhythm. So this is the first line on the second page. Okay, the second line is just like that. Same thing. 1, tap, 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 leaning, leaning on the everlasting arms. Okay, then you'll see the repeat time. That means you go back to the beginning and you do kind of all that we did before 2 more times. The only other thing you need to know is the very last time after we've done the third verse and the third chorus, the last 2 lines of this song are just basically singing that leaning on the everlasting arms a couple extra times. So the second page, if you look at your third line, it just looks like this. Leaning on the everlasting arms. Leaning on the everlasting. And then it ends just with singing. So then we'll just have our sticks to the side. All right, so now I'm just going to do it with the music and ask someone to play the music for me. In the intro, you'll just hear the piano go dun, 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 and you have to jump in kind of right away. So it does go by really fast. When you're practicing, you can start the video right at this time. You can kind of save this spot on the video, and then you can always slow it down to half speed. Some computers you can even do 0.8 speed or something, so you can slow it down if you want to practice it slower at home. All right, here we go. Right, so I made a couple mistakes here and there, but hopefully that gives you the basic idea. I also have the recording separately that you can just practice with just the audio if later you don't need the video anymore. All right, hope this helps. Happy practicing, guys. I'll see you in class.